Hello, everyone. Glad you're back on the crypto channel. As you all know, we're going to talk about everything related to XRP. Thank you all for your attention. I appreciate it. Now, let's look at the current state of the securities markets. It's important for you to know that the market has been making progress since the beginning of the week. You can see this for yourself. The fact that a number of different coins are currently experiencing gains in the double digits is very exciting, especially when you think about what we've seen in the last few days. The market has been very volatile lately, with many companies up more than 10%, which is always exciting to see. The price of an additional piece reached the target we had told you about, which was $28.00 per unit during that time. The price had gone up from $1.91 the last time. To make sure you fully understand how important that crucial range is, I have already talked about it with you. Right now, the market value is up about 5.6% in USD and up 1% in Bitcoin. $622 billion, 0 cents, 500 million, which is more than $120 billion, 0 cents, and about $3.6 billion, 0 cents is traded every 24 hours. Before we go any further, I want to make it clear that nothing on this channel should be taken as financial advice. If you want to invest in cryptocurrencies, you should always be careful and do your own research into the market. The very first tweet that Arthur Brito, one of the people who helped build the XRP system and a co-founder of Ripple Labs, ever sent out. This has undoubtedly made a lot of people would he be talking about something we don't know about in the XRP community? Whatever happens, we'll see it in the comments, so I'd appreciate if you could share your thoughts on that. Take a look at this for a moment. The removal of image risk by a member of the Federal Reserve makes it easier for banks to accept cryptocurrency. This is what we wanted and what we have been talking about, because as I've told you guys 1,000 times on this channel, when you talk about cryptocurrency, people at big banks and even small credit centers act like you're talking about something that doesn't exist yet. You can start to see signs that these banks will finally start to accept cryptocurrency. You won't believe that these big bank customers don't go to these banks and tell the managers we want to invest in crypto assets. To put it bluntly, this is revolutionary news right now, and we can't ignore it. The global money supply, also known as M2, is growing, which is a good sign. As the graph shows, Bitcoin tends to move in a way that's good for the money supply that includes M2. Do you think that this is going to happen? As things stand, it's clear that there is a strong link between these two things. In the future, we'll see what happens. Of course, we'll keep this global money supply in mind, but this is what's really getting people excited in the cryptocurrency field. You all did a great job up to this point. Peace is in order. There has also been a tweet about this pump the peg Zoom says to Trump after he just got back from a short absence of a few hours. Right now, all we can do is wait and see if there is peace, which I really hope for, because the world needs something like that. The most important thing is that we figure out what the next step is. If this is the conclusion, then everyone is happy. I think this is exactly what we want to see. There is also a chance that interest rates will go down in July or September, which would really just get things moving in the right direction. Now let's look at this. ISO 2022 is a set of rules that 4 different financial institutions can follow in order to send and receive electronic data. As we all know, Ripple follows the rules set by, IS RippleNet payment object standards, which are based on the ISO 2022 PAX 8. The message body of the Ripple payment object contains information on the payment infrastructure. So the second article shows that XRP is being used by the payment infrastructure. This information can be found in Ripple's own published works. As a result, the game has been fundamentally changed, and Ripple may be used by these financial institutions as the number of organizations that adopt the ISO standard continues to rise. This is exactly what we want to happen, and as I said before, things are slowly starting to fall into place when it comes to the native coin XRP. It is now public knowledge that big companies are asking for money to set up an XRP reserve. This is happening before the US spot exchange traded fund ETF goes live. So we will have to wait and see what happens, but everything makes sense now. As an example, the launch of a spot exchange traded fund X-Trade ETF for XRP on the Toronto Stock Exchange instead of a futures contract spot should help you understand where we're going and how to move forward. Can't believe this is happening. Circle stock is now trading at about 3,000 and has gone up about 10 times in just 1 month. This could show how important people really think these cryptocurrency businesses are. This means that other companies can also take part in an IPO. I've already told you that I don't think every company will be successful in the long run, but I do think that the IPO will be a good starting point for many businesses. A lot of the talk about IPOs will come true, and I think that many of these Bitcoin companies will take advantage of it. You should know that it's clear that not all of them will work out in the long run. However, there is definitely a lot of excitement around initial public offerings right now, and I think that this has led a lot of people to attempt them. People who aren't in the coin business should pay attention to crypto companies that are about to go live. This has opened up new opportunities for these companies. Also, I have no idea what will happen once Ripple is live. What are your thoughts on that? Please share them with me in the comments. This is a very important point. Please share your thoughts on this topic with me in the comments. But first, read this. A digital asset investor says that some digital assets like XRP are expected to do better than Bitcoin. This